that's what I like though.
So the mustache just basically wasn't me.
Nah, it wasn't you, bro.
What took you so long to respond though?
I shook my head and you didn't see it, and that's when I just said no.
So check this out.
I responded right away.
Well, guys, check this out. Welcome to Growing with the Collins podcast. I'm sure you guys know Corey Collins.
Oh, and this is Erica Knox Collins. I did not know you was recording.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of had already jumped it in.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So guys, check this out. Been a lot of stuff going on. One of the things we was basically speaking about earlier was the fact that I actually shaved my beard.
Oh, yeah.
Can we basically say it was a beard though?
Yeah, it was. You had your grown man going on.
It was
I mean,
good.
you grown anyway, but I mean, I'm just saying though.
It was spotted in so many different areas, huh?
Yeah, you had
Don't
don't say
do it.
spot check.
Yeah,
I'm trying
man.
to think of something else. I couldn't think of that. That's the only thing that came close to mind. But
Yeah.
it is just, I just prefer clean cut.
Okay.
You know? But I take you as you are. So it really didn't matter to me though. But that's just what I prefer, like I said before.
Yeah, another thing too that kind of, I guess you say what persuaded me. One of the kids at your center, Jared. I was on the way out, going out of the doors, and he was like, "Hey man, hey bro, hey, shave that right though." And I'm like, "What you talking about?" And he actually took his hand like he had a shave and just went to go across his cheek. You know, like I said, "Don't look good on me." He like, "Nah, man, just go ahead and shave that right though. Just shave." Yeah, I said, "All of it, yeah, all of it."
Hey, they say when you want to know the truth, boy, you better talk to a kid.
Yeah, talk to the kids. They'll let you know what it is.
Kids, boy, they gonna tell you exactly what you need to know. You know, the grown folk, they ain't gonna tell you the truth. They gonna beat around the bush, but the kid gonna go straight forward,
Yeah.
straight to the point, and gonna give you the God honest truth.
And the thing was too, I was just basically trying something different though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I had rocked, I guess you said the clean fit for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I decided, okay, I'm going to just try something new, and it started growing in. You know what I mean? But at the same time, too, I was feeling, this ain't me right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you want Paisley to play in.
Yeah, you know that was a cool thing. Paisley kind of played it, but it got to the point where Paisley started ignoring it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was stuck with something I thought I was kind of
doing for her.
Yeah, she ain't studying no more. You know what I mean? So I guess cutting it was a cool thing. I gotta say I do kind of feel like, okay, this is the core right now.
For real?
Yeah, I do feel like that. But at the same time, it's like I was trying to embrace a level of change at times.
Yeah, just switching it up.
Yeah, sometimes you want to swap things
adjusting
over.
to it too.
Right. So this is basically me. And it does feel good because that is an aspect of life, I guess. I can say truly, that's me. You know what I mean? So other than that, how about yourself, man?
Shoot, man. I've been really just enjoying Paisley, and just enjoying, the next phase, of Paisley. She's getting into everything now, and man, shoot, just really enjoying it. I took off, one day a week, for the remainder of the year just to go do stuff with her.
Right.
Because man, why didn't nobody tell me before during a weekday? Don't nobody be in the area. Don't nobody be in Catch Air, Jumping Jordan. Don't nobody be in there. But on Saturday, that thing be crowded. So, I got smart on them. Taking a day off during the week.
Yeah.
And go take care of it. But, man, on weekend, man, all the kids and their parents is out.
Right.
But it's like now, shoot, going through on a weekday, only about 10 folk there.
Yeah. And another thing, too, is just, I guess you say for us, being able to enjoy, your kid in those types of settings.
Yeah.
When there's so many people there, you kind of be on guard for the protection of your child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you really can't let them, run free, as the establishment is basically is designed for that.
Yeah.
But you got some of the other different kids and, what I'm saying?
People, you can't really do it. So many people, because sometimes, I went on a Saturday, they was having parties and stuff.
Right.
So, it's twice as much as many people that's there than you would see on a normal day because of they having parties and stuff that's going on at the time when the kids are there.
Right.
So
other than that, though, one thing I will say, Paisley has really been coming along, man.
yeah, boy, she has.
She has really been coming along. She's currently asleep right now, so if she actually get up, you guys may hear her whine for a second, and she probably just walk on in here. But other than, and then she may even grab the mic and say, "Hey," because she will do that for real.
Yeah, and then look, she'll wake up and say, "Water."
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. So I mean, but overall with that, it's just just Paige, she's been coming along very well. I guess you're saying for as literature. Yeah. I guess you say ABCs.
Yeah, ABCs and numbers.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been very, very proud of that, man.
Yeah, she yeah, I'm proud of her too, though.
That's like a big highlight for me, you know what I mean? But I mean, other than that, it's just I also notice like kids watch everything you do.
Yes, she do.
And you know what I'm saying, they only give you back what you gave them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like even with myself, like with my potty mouth, I've been trying to watch it, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the thing about it is too, I'm noticing kids will help you change too.
Yeah, they will. What I mean?
So it's just like some words, you know, you just most definitely don't want them to use and say. And I also realize if she say certain words, you got to supplement those words with positive words. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like today, I didn't know she know what the clock was, and she was pointing the clock. You know what I mean? At your dad's house today. So you know, you share about that if you want to.
Yeah, it's just watching her grow every day, you know, and then just being amazed at some of the things that she do, some of the things that she say.
Right.
Like today, we go over a lot of educational stuff with her, you know, but and it's crazy because I was trying to figure out, like, how does she know this is a clock?
Right.
You know, because it's like we talk about everything, you know, and just kind of showing her different stuff, what different stuff is, and I really had to sit back and just like, I don't remember showing her a clock. Right. I don't remember doing that. But long story short, I was sitting over at my parents' house, and Paisley was telling my niece, and she just started pointing. She was like, clock, and because the clock was on the wall.
Right.
And she just happened to look up, and she saw it. And so when she saw it, she pointed and said clock. But it just amazes me because it's like things that, you know, you may not have shown your kids, or things that you may have taught them, just how fast they really catch on,
right.
You know, to things that you're showing them and teaching them and stuff like that.
Right.
So it just really just know that she's paying attention.
Right.
She's paying attention to every little thing.
Every single thing she watching, you know.
Yeah, and there was another little situation where, you know, when I really just realized she started to repeat stuff. Mm-hmm. I was over my mom's house, and my mom was dancing her song, or something came out. So she was like, ow.
Yeah, start snapping her fingers.
So Paisley started, ow, it started snapping her fingers, you know. So it was just kind of funny because it's like, that was her first time hearing it. Mm-hmm. And then she noticed, she seen me a couple of times snapping my fingers and stuff, and she was trying to do it. But it's just like instantly, she put her hands in the air, ow, you know, and just started going along with my mama. So it's just funny. So every time music come on and she hear anything, that's what she do.
Yeah, she go with it.
Yeah, she just kind of go with it. And she go to my mom and grab her to dance because I guess that's her dancing partner.
Right.
So. And
another thing too, I guess to say with that, is just basically teaching them to learn. I personally feel, and I say it all the time, man, all kids are smart.
Yeah.
They really are, man. It's like, and God know what he be doing, you know what I'm saying? But all kids are smart. But it's basically, you know what I'm saying, the obligation of the parent to put them in good environments to the point where, you know, they actually can absorb and learn from. You know what I mean? And you want them to be extremely educational too, but you also want them to have some kind of level of street smarts.
Yeah.
And then you can't go too much off of what they can memorize and recall. You want to start to see their problem solving skills. Like that's one of the biggest things. It was a day, I forget what it was. I told Paige, yo, you can't have that.
Yeah.
And she looked at me, you know, before you knew it, I seen it at it again. But with this time, I had basically, I forgot what it was. I was telling you about this evening, but I put it out of reach of them. And then like, once I told her she couldn't have it and walked out and came back, I seen that she had came up with a plan. I don't know if it was in the crib where she actually worked for it and got it. You know what I'm saying? And then after she got it, I was like, you know what? I can't even take it from her. You know what I'm saying? Because she thinking now. You know what I'm saying? She pushed the chair here, or did this, or climb on this, or whatever it is. And she got with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I couldn't take it from her, but it's just a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I guess you say, to sit back and watch a kid not only develop into who they are, but also seeing the fact that you pouring, you know what I'm saying, good stuff into them. You know what I'm saying? And, you know you're doing your job as a parent, father or mother, whatever it is, or legal guardian or whatever. So, you know, they just only give us back what we give them, bro. You know what I mean?
And while you was talking, you know, it's like I kind of got a little emotional or something for whatever reason. I don't even know why. Yeah, but it's like, you know, like you ask God for stuff,
Right.
And it's like, I was like, man, I want my husband, like growing up, you're like, man, I want me and my husband to raise our kid together, be our first child together. You know, some people like, man, Erica ain't gonna happen. All these men have babies and stuff. I say, nah, man, I'm fine. Me a man that ain't got no kids.
Oh, really?
So it's just, it's a blessing for us to be where we are now.
Right.
And to have a kid and experiencing everything together for the first time.
Right.
And it's like, you know, like just really doing it is just like, it's amazing. Both of us versus them being, you know, it's nothing against nobody else,
right.
you know, having multiple kids before they get married and stuff like that. But it's just,
your situation,
my situation.
And what you asked for.
And what I asked for. And it's just to see it manifest today is like, wow. You know, it just kind of just made me just really think about it. I don't know why, but it was something you just said what made me think about it. But just being able to share that moment with you, you know, and with Paisley as well, you know, and just really watching her grow. And we're just seeing everything for the first time together.
And yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know exactly where you're coming from, because it's just like, at the same time, like, time fly by so fast. And you're like, whoa, like, damn, we done did all that. We done went through that stage.
Yes.
And it's just like, wow, man, like, I catch myself at night looking at her because she always end up in our bed.
Yeah, man, she got to go.
Yeah, I agree, babe. She do.
She got to go, man. Paisley be blocking.
But
Paisley got to go.
The thing about it is, though, it's like, along with that, it's like, it be hard to say no to her face because, you know, she just want the security.
Yeah,
you know
it do. It's hard, and I like, you know, the simple fact, you know, putting her to sleep and she want to lay on you. You know, I love that.
Yeah.
But
you need your time.
I'm tired. I'm tired, Paisley. It's time to go. It's time to go, baby girl.
I'm the same way too, and it's crazy how they always like to sleep basically perpendicular, I guess you would say. Or she always like to be the line in the H. You know what I'm saying?
She make an H every night.
Yeah, she makes sure she split, you know what I'm saying, me and my wife, and then she lay across and her head be facing my wife's thigh and her foot be facing my thigh. Just keep us separated.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, though, that's something that everybody had warned us about.
Yeah, they did. I'm like, nah, she ain't gonna be in my bed.
Man, please. She in there.
But you started that.
I mean, but because, you know, she would cry at nighttime.
Yeah, true enough. But I'll put her butt in the crib. Remember, I put her in the crib every single night, and every night when she cried 2:00 in the morning, you would get her and put her in the bed. And still now, for 16 months later,
keep it 100.
She still get up at 3.
Keep it 100 though. You was kind of glad I did it come when you had to go to the crib.
Yeah, I was getting tired of getting up. Then. I was getting tired of getting up though. But I had told you one time, I was like, hey man, you can't keep putting her in the bed, man. For real.
Well, she in her own bed now though.
Yeah, until 3:00.
About 3:00 when she up.
Yeah, about 3:30. Shoot.
So other than that, man, we just basically been cooling, just taking it easy. Everything been going pretty smooth. Been a lot of things. I guess I'd say going on for us transitioning. Yeah. We continues the podcast, and matter of fact too though, we was talking about basically kids basically giving you back what you give them. Yeah. And I want to talk about something that my dad did. We was basically talking earlier. I had been looking at different majors. I also thought about going to school to basically enhance with the skills that I've been, I guess you say, channeling or whatnot. And I just sitting back thinking when my dad was going to school around the age in his 50s, I think. Yeah. And when you actually go back and look at that, it's just like, man, you know, regardless how much money he brought in, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that took a lot of willpower, man. You know what I'm saying? And he went to school for culinary arts. Yeah. So even with that, you know what I'm saying, when he got out, when he actually graduated from school, or I'm not sure if he graduated from school and then started working, but he started working in this field, you know what I'm saying, whether he was in school or out or whatever it was, but he did graduate. Just sitting back thinking about that, like, yo, that was a big accomplishment.
Yeah, it was. To be 50.
Yeah, 50 plus.
50 something. And it's like for him to go to school and just really, you know what I mean, just go through with it. Because it's like sometimes older people, sometimes they may get discouraged. Right. You know, with so many young people that may be in their class and stuff like that.
Which is very easy to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just really admire him, you know what I'm saying, for that. Because on top of that, he just... ain't no excuses, man.
Yeah, then the drive and the willpower, man.
Yeah, ain't no excuses. You know, it ain't no age limit. I'm gonna tell you another thing. Even for those like older people that been at a job for a long time, and got laid off or decide to really even try something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that is that's a big thing, man. Like they had the confidence to leave a job you've been at for 20 some years and did somebody.
Courage.
It take a lot of courage to do that. You know what I mean? So I just most definitely want to highlight that within this cast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? I could talk all day about the things that I feel my dad did wrong, but right now we highlight what he did right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure his circumstance or what pushed him to do it, but at the end of the day, he did it. He went and he finished. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, he had to get his GED and everything, I think.
For real?
Yeah.
So that wasn't just like, okay, I'm going to go to school. Did he get his GED? It's like he had to go through a whole nother process.
Right. He had to get back into we talking about somebody 50-some years old that made a living, family, raise kids, home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a lot,
That's
man.
a lot.
Yeah.
And so you gotta think about it too. It's like whatever he went to school with, he decided to go at 50-some years old, whatever it was.
Right.
He didn't. It's like it's something that was in him, his whole entire life that he really wanted to do for him to do it after so many years.
Right.
You know, and just speaking to you, it's just like what you're talking about doing is something that's always been in you.
Right.
You know, and it's like it's not something that you really just picked up. That's something that you always had. It's just one of those God-given talents, you know, that you was blessed with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just have that. You just have the eye for that, you know, and it's something that, you know, you just not going to let go. It's something that ain't just popped up, you know, from anywhere.
And it's at the same time, too, though, it's just, I don't know, it's just the overall thing, too. It's just, basically, I always kind of taught a lot of stuff on my own.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't even think I'm not sure if I decide to do it or not.
Yeah.
But overall, even with that experience, what I really get back from anything is, whatever you do, be in it to win it.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying?
Going back to what I was saying is like a God-given talent. It's like all of us have that. You know, that sometimes we may overlook. It may be a talent that that you can, you know, be profitable for.
Right.
You know, most of us technically probably have talents that you can, you know, make money off of.
Right.
You know, that you can go in your own direction, your own field for. But it's like it's only up to us to really reach down deep down and pull that out ourselves.
Right.
Because it's there. And it's like God made everybody different. Everybody is totally different. Everybody have multiple talents. And it's going into what we actually went over one day in Sunday school.
We've been on talents for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. And it's crazy because we have been talking about talents for a long time.
Right.
You know, and it's just like everybody have something, but they have to be willing to kind of really use their talents in the right direction, because it's like right way. Because if you don't lose it just as willing as God had given it to you, you can take it away.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's even with me. It's like some of my talents that I kind of, it's not that I ignore it, but I'm not using it to my full potential.
Right.
You know, and it's like you only going to, it's like everybody's good for something.
Right.
You know, and it's like everybody's made totally different, so everybody most likely I have different talents, but it's the way that you use your talents with the other person that can make the world just a better place.
Yeah. Yeah, like the thing about it is too is just tapping into that, because like when you really just get so caught up into day-to-day living, I'm not even gonna lie to you, babe, you do a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But sometimes too, it's like if we just give our talent at least about 15% of focus, it can really probably supplement all the other time. And you know, you just never know what'll happen when you come down to investing in yourself.
You're right.
But sometimes too, it takes for a person to do it, for the other person to kind of, you know what I'm saying, see it, gather the confidence, and, you know, willing to do it themselves too, though, you know what I mean? So everybody come from different places. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got different levels of confidence, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's important too. Some people just need, you know what I'm saying, a level of encouragement to see something through all the way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about it. It's crazy because we was talking about talents, just as I was saying, and they were just talking about how some people just had the talents of being like good leaders. You know, some people just know how to speak in tongues, and people that can be able to teach and stuff like that. And it's like, even with me, I feel like I have the talent of being able to teach people, the things that, I'm good at. But it's like being able just to use all of that and just come together, man. It's just like you can just make something great.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is, too, when you saying the word use, a lot of people think, too, just use. And if you're not making money on it and it's using it.
Yeah.
That's not always the case. Sometimes you just got to use it, so just to encourage another person.
Yeah,
you know
and
what
to
I
help
mean?
somebody else out.
Yeah.
To help somebody else, whether feel good about themselves, just being able to use your talents to for somebody else benefit.
Right.
It's just like, it was one discussion we had, and
who was it we?
In Sunday school class.
Right.
Well, I haven't actually started talking.
Okay.
But so I was listening.
Time out.
Hold on.
How long we been going to the church, man?
I don't know, probably about 3 years or something like that.
And you hadn't said that one question.
I don't think so. But I talked to them like before class and stuff started, and maybe after class. But I haven't. I don't know. It's like I'm kind of like shy to where
3 years.
Yeah, I know. To where I'm getting at it. I really am. But it was like one of the things that one of the ladies brought up. But I learned a lot from there too. And it's like I really be listening and taking it in and learning a lot and taking away from there.
Right.
To be honest. But one thing one of the ladies was saying was how everybody, technically, when you think about it in the church, everybody have a talent. Like, you have a talent of multiple things. Like, you're good at so many things, like pictures, videographer, screen print, like t-shirts and all of that stuff. So it's so many things that you can use your talents within the church.
Yeah.
Like, even myself, I can cook, teaching fitness, basketball, training, and all of that stuff. I have, great leadership skills. You do as well. Like one of the ladies, really good at cooking and organizing it. It's just like so many things that when you put everybody in one house or one building, everybody has so many talents. And it's like everything can function and work properly if everybody just use what God have given them. And it's like, and you sticking together and doing what you do best.
Right.
And it's like, that goes to, it's crazy because me and you had this conversation all the time. And, not just to talk about any other race or against bash our race or nothing like that. But it's just like, we be laughing at the Mexicans. Like, the Mexicans, they have about 15 folks in one household, right? And it's like, we talk about this all the time. They have like 15 people in a household. But at the end of the day, I remember, man, when I was young, I had been about 20 or something.
Right.
And I was working at McDonald's, and I can't remember the lady's name. But it was her sister boyfriend, her husband, the kids. It was about 15 of them in one household. And the one thing that lady used to always tell me was, when I get paid, I send my family $500 to Mexico.
Wow.
So it's like, they sent this one situation when I was about 20, but I had another one when I was about 16. Is this other guy? He was Jamaican.
Right.
This kid, he had to been probably 18, so he had to be about 16. And he told me, he was like, I just work. I don't really have to work. He was like, but I just work. I just save all of my money. He was like, I want to build a Six Flags in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Like, he just told me he just saved all of his money. But it's just like, even with that being said, is like with the Mexicans, they opt out of staying by themselves and having multiple homes. Mm-hmm. It's like they all stay in one household for one vision, one thing that they have that they're trying to accomplish. Whether all of them trying to accomplish the same goal or all of them just trying to accomplish, their own individual goals. Yeah. But they sacrifice staying under one roof to get that accomplishment, get whatever they're trying to do accomplished. Right. And it's just like, even with, with the kid, the same situation, but it's like everybody understand what the common goal is, and they use their talents however they want to use them, or they send money wherever they want to send them, or they sacrifice so many things just to get one thing taken care of. Right. And it's like, sometimes with us, it's like we get so, I guess you would say, worrying about our individual space and our space and our time, instead of just really thinking about the one thing that we have that we need to take care of.
Right.
And it's like sometimes it's just using whatever you have in that one talent, or everybody coming together to get, to make this, make this situation better. It's like, but we not willing sometimes to sacrifice that. It's like we just kind of go over and beyond and just forget about the one common goal that we have, and we get off track.
No, I'm good. I just thought about I guess you say the artwork for this. I can't even really do it because I don't have Photoshop on my computer no more.
You just swiped your computer.
Yeah, so we'll figure something out. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they were total left field too, though.
Wow. No. I mean, I'm listening to you because the thing about the question I was going to ask you though, what is it that you think that the Mexicans have in common? I don't want to say Mexicans, but what you think that they really have in common that keep them so goal oriented?
It's like they came from a different place. So it's like they actually came from Mexico, to where the things are, they seem different.
Right.
So it's like they seem to where they didn't have nothing. And where they lived in worse living conditions probably ever, or didn't have a lot. And it's like with them coming over here, it's a place of freedom.
Right.
It's a place of freedom to where they see a bigger vision. It's like, how come everybody come to the U.S. and be successful? It's like we in the U.S. and it, not saying that we're not successful, but it's like, are some of us where we really want to be? And it's like not just Mexicans, just from other races in general. But I think sometimes we haven't. It's like everything is easily accessible for us, and it's like everything wasn't easily accessible for other people and other races from where they from. It's like they really have to. They really probably didn't eat for 15, 25 days. Wow. Or they didn't.
Yeah, I'm saying wow, like you read it or something.
Yeah, no, like
wow.
Yeah. Like they didn't have water or something, like clean water to drink out of.
Right.
And it's like, with us, it's like, we ain't gonna go hungry, for so many days. We gonna have us some clean water.
Right.
It's like, we take baths. They probably showering in a lake or in a swamp or something.
Right.
But it's just us, just kind of, I guess they look at us like being privileged in the U.S.
I think with that situation, man, I think you kind of hit on the head. Everybody kind of want their own space. And then too, a lot of moments, I think it'd be a lot of emotional ties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we be extremely emotional through situations to the point where we lose sight of the goal.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Patch it up and keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then especially when you feel as if like, I'm gonna be honest, like myself, I kind of feel like I can't necessarily do it all.
Yeah.
But I rather suffer to learn how to do it than to deal with you. And I just don't. I just feel like if I don't take trash, you know what I'm saying, from a person who, I guess you would say, I'm trying to find a good way to put it. It's just my thing is if I don't need you, I don't need you.
Yeah. But
that doesn't mean I won't share my resources with you.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is, though, I think everybody should be a level of self-independent.
Yeah.
And everybody can come to the table and share what they have.
Yeah.
But everybody's not willing to share.
I was just finna say that.
Yeah.
It's like, but why we ain't willing to share? They help each other.
Some people want to try to outdo people.
Man, when I see...
We was talking about that today.
Man, it's crazy because just when you think about what's going on in Atlanta now, right? With the West End area, and I know the Pittsburgh area,
yeah.
Where all of those houses now, that's I almost think, well, technically they ain't hit fully Bankhead side, the west side yet.
It's coming though.
It's coming.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's like about 4 years ago, I met this lady, Caucasian lady, and she told me she stayed probably like in, I don't know, somewhere probably an hour away from here.
Right.
And that's where her house was that she bought. But she came to the city. She was like, I just came down to check out some things because my friend told me that, things is going to change.
Right.
And it's like...
She already got
the scoop because they were sharing the information.
But
now, I mean, it probably was longer than 4 years ago. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But it's like now, some of us still don't. Some of us black folks still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, man. It's
and
crazy,
it's like,
man.
even with some of the people that do know what's going on, and I'm just saying, for example, it's just like how other people willing to share the information about what's going on, and we not willing to even help each other just to build a business or even support each other in somebody that have their own business.
Hey, everybody cut from the same cloth.
And it's like I think with our race, it's like everybody for self.
Right.
Instead of us, everybody just being able to go hard for each other. And it's like with them, man, they work together, they stick behind each other. It's like, man, they really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like they stick to each other. Like they support each other. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like I look at it sometimes like, why we can't do that?
Yeah.
Like why? And it's like we so quick to envy each other. We so quick to talk about each other. It's like, man, sometimes we ain't even woman or man enough to even go to the man and even speak. Like we had a conversation a while back.
Face to face.
Yeah, it's like men are more approachable than what women are.
Right.
It's like I can see a man walk up and down the street. They gonna tell each other, "What's up, bro? How you doing? Everything going?" But women, man, we walk right past each other. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Don't even look at each other. Even sometimes your hair may look good. You know, you don't get a compliment, or you may got some nice shoes, nice clothes, or whatever. Yeah. No compliment. And then it was crazy because I was in this women's group and we was talking about it. And we was just like, in general, like, man, let's just start complimenting each other. Right. You know, just telling, each other, hey, if you like the hair, just tell her you like her hair. Tell her, well, I like your shoes. Like, just talk to each other, because it's like, it seems like with women, we not approachable.
Right.
And it's like, we got an attitude sometimes.
But why though?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just realized, like, I got this thing too recently. I'm sorry, babe. I used to be a guy who used to always be real clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know, man. I apologize. But I got to the point I don't really care about, what other people view me as. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And at the same time, too, and just being honest, I do see where there's an area where it can cause a ripple in your marriage, because it's just like your wife looking at you. I know you can get way better than that, sweetheart. Like, like today I wore my work boots on the church today. I ain't care, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, I know, my wife wanted to see me look a certain way. So I dressed them up. I guess you say it made it look good what I had on.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just come from a place of confidence. But if I see a gentleman with a nice suit, and you see it though.
Yeah.
I can tell you, hey, bro, you look good, man. You know what I'm saying? With dirty work boots on. Like, I just realized what's good for me. I'm confident within myself, but that don't keep me for admiring another gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no hate in my heart like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool, what I'm saying, with it. But I think personally, people that don't or feel a certain way for complimenting a person, they feel a certain way within the inside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, with themselves. And if they feel that, that they share a compliment out, it's like they giving a piece of themselves, you know what I'm saying, that they kind of like want to hold, you know what I'm saying, nah.
Yeah.
So they need to compliment me, you know what I'm saying. I ain't getting that out. And it's they come from a scarcity mentality though, you know what I mean?
You just got to be willing to accept a compliment from somebody else, and don't always think it's something bad.
Right. I
think that's something that we have to work on, as our culture.
Right.
But
another thing too, I got a partner of mine, and I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but just recently he had, you know what I'm saying, some people to tell him something that kind of hit him left field, you know what I mean? And he called me and said, yo, bro. I said, what's up? He said, man, we got some. I said, what you mean? He shared me with the response of, you know what I'm saying, some people around him. And then he was like, bro, it came from an area of fear.
Yeah.
That's why she said it. She said it out of fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she don't understand what she saw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What she looked at.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's like, yo, I'm trying to figure out, where did she see that at?
Yeah.
So along with it, he was like, man, if you look at the math and how many people said it touched them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The video that we shot, it was awesome. Yo, man, you inspired me to get up this morning, and you inspired me to look at life a little different, bro. Yo, man, I appreciate your video. And when you hear one person say something just left field, it's like, man, where'd it come from?
Yeah.
That's something dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the person with inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess, too, some people don't want people to get close to, you know what I'm saying, to that
full
door.
Potential.
Yeah, or to that door that they really trying to get to, and they see how much work they got to do themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, for his compliment, I don't have a problem with that at all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And sometimes you got to learn. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Shoot. You know, and it's like still with me, my thing is just knowing when to say something. Because it's like sometimes I may say the first thing come to my mind, and then sometimes it's not always right. You know, and then after you say it, like, oh man, Eric, you shouldn't have said that. You know, I come across a lot of stuff like that. You know, so it's like with that situation now, they really should have just thought about it before they even said something. You know, and if it wasn't really nothing, you know, nice or giving a person a compliment, it's like even if you felt a certain way, just say, you know, I like it, you know, or I mean, well, they probably still liked it, but it's just like they found a negative part in it versus saying something positive. That's probably all what it really was too, though. Yeah.
Then too, you know what I'm saying, along with that is, I think I'm guilty of this at times. You look for people to, I guess you would say, approach you in a certain way.
Yeah, approval too.
Yeah, approval. You know what I'm saying? It was a time with myself I wasn't confident. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that I personally think that was a time when I was I guess you say heavy into fashion, but I always like design and fashion. Yeah. But at the same time I was using that gift to exploit, you know what I'm saying, for as my style, for people to approach me a certain way. You know what I mean? Like now I don't care about clothes. You know what I'm saying? Even with Paige, sometimes you get me, you see her looking like that? Like, yeah, I did. But then again, I also noticed, and you know, when you're dealing with your daughter and your kids, you know, you want them to look decent, but you don't want them to get caught up in names. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. Yeah. I mean, but overall, it's just a growing experience, though. You know what I mean? It took a while for me to get where I'm at now and be confident with. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know, babe.
Shoot, you know what they say? You gotta grow. You gotta get wiser when you get older now. Yeah, you gotta get wiser. Shoot.
So check it out, babe. I think we on this cast for 37 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we're finna go ahead and end it. What you think, babe?
Yeah, we can go ahead and end it. You know, it's nice talking to you guys as always, or y'all listening to us. Yeah. You know. But as always, just email us, send us some messages and give us some topics. We'll be gladly to discuss. Or even if you have a couple of questions you want to ask, we'll be sure to get back with you. We thank you guys for listening. We're Growing with the Collins. This is Erica Knox Collins.
And this is Corey Collins. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to finish it, man. I'll take care and be blessed.